Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. This is going to be the October reading of 2022 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, this may be for you, so if you're tuning in, welcome as well. Let's see guys. So yeah, this is going to be the Virgo reading. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome as well. I'm excited to have you. So we're slowly getting out the October videos. Internet services have been a little wonky, so I apologize that it's already the 5th of October and I'm just now getting this out to you guys. So bear with me as it's just been one of those weeks. So guys, I am available for personal readings on a limited basis, and that information can be found in the description box below as well as the about section of the page. So on that note, I guess we're going to just jump right in and see what's going on for Virgo at this time, right? All right, let's get some overall energy for you guys. Virgo, please, Spirit, for October 2022. Virgo. As that card was getting ready to come out, I heard Spirit say connected. So let's see what we're connecting to at this time, Virgo. They're saying home, so, you know, your earth energy there, so not surprised by that. Virgo. Some of you may have angels and guides around you, and I feel like August, interestingly enough, was a very important time, maybe going into the end of the month. Let's see, we're talking about honeycomb, and I'm not sure exactly what representation honeycomb has to anything, but that's weird and random to me, but it may mean something to you guys. I'm hearing that you're starting over in a new adventure. This may be in love. This may be, to me, this kind of feels more like family kind of dynamic situation stuff. And then, so this is feeling like family and work to me. So you may have received some kind of confirmation is how this comes across. So let's see here. I really feel like you guys are in a space of new beginnings entirely. I feel like for some of you, you've been dealing with like confirmation of someone who maybe be passed on, excuse me, that there is, if you've had legal concerns, where things may have been they're being tied up, loose ends are being addressed, all of a sudden, you may be seeing things moving forward. For some of you, it's a text message communication about something that's been going on, but it's also knowing that through whatever this situation has been, and for some of you, this may have been like a sell of a house. So they're getting a little specific on certain things, and we'll see. So messages of communication, particularly a text, something in regards to the sale of a house, starting some new beginnings, leaping forward. I feel like you're kind of like, you know, the Fool card, this and this. I'm using the Knight, or the Wisdom of the House of Knight Oracle, just to kind of get an overall. And, you know, she reminds me very much of the Fool starting off on a new journey, kind of letting her inhibitions just do, you know, step up and do its thing for her, that it's like you're not going to know what else is out there moving forward unless you're willing to take the risk. And I'm going to say you've been here before. You've been in this space before. And it's like maybe somebody is coming in for you. You are also having this fighting spirit, using that energy to your higher good. but also trying to see, you kind of, I get this darker feeling behind a lot of things. Maybe the mindset has been playing tricks on you in a way, and you're trying to find that light, that playful energy within you after whatever this situation has been, that is finally, it's almost like it's trying to catapult you into a more lighthearted approach to things. And for some of you, I'm hearing, you just don't give a fuck anymore. like I'm done doing battles. I'm tired of things being heavy. So you guys have really may have been tested in the past. And it's like the energy is, when I'm picking it up, it's like whatever was going on in the past, it's almost like you're ignoring it. Why you're ignoring it, I don't know, and we'll find out as we dig a little deeper. But it's just kind of like you're seeing yourself differently than you have before. And you know, like you may have had some choices, and I talked about that light and that dark, and I'm just kind of like looking here through the top of the deck, and it says differences, but the differences doesn't stick out to me as much as that light and dark right there does. You know, you have one cat that's that beautiful white, and you've got another cat that's dark and just as beautiful but as black. And to me, sometimes that is about choices, but it's also about balancing energies, like the yin and yang energy as well. Understanding that to me, for you, there's more than meets the eye here with this situation. I don't know what you guys have going on, but something a little bit different. But I also feel like you're not giving any thought at all to the past. It's just, oh, my moon fell. Hold on. We're gonna have a big moon ball rolling across the table in a minute. I knocked it over. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at the past, present, and future energy. So like your past energy though is just like, Spirit's just showing me is like it's just we're not even going to deal with that, is how it's coming through. So let's see what happens with this. Actually, I'm going to switch this up a little bit. I'm really curious as to what this communication is. Page of Fire. News of an exciting endeavor. Yeah, Page of Fire or Page of Wands. So yeah, let's see. The Page of Wands to me can be very childlike curiosity, wanting to discover something new, somebody offering you something in a sense of it being action-oriented, or you're learning how to take action once again. Let's see. And through this, it's like you're harnessing, as I say, a higher understanding, and the High Priestess comes out. Because you may have been extremely patient in the past, you know, the Messenger card as well. That Page of Fire also reminds me of messages sometimes, and I know we're looking at Pentacles and things like that as well, and it can be something similar. But to me, this is, you may even try to be, in the past, may have tried to be somewhat manipulating to the energy around you to take control, trying to get your way, to get out of whatever this situation was, whether, and again, I was talking about the sale of a house. I'm not real sure why that's coming in the way it is, but it's like signing off of contracts and acknowledging that this certain point, this could be divorce, this could be, you know, anything legal that surrounds you that you need to finalize or had to finalize. That High Priestess, listening to our intuition, you know, and she's very knowing. Sometimes she doesn't reveal everything that there is to be revealed at this time. But I also feel like there's a calling for a specific change towards a specific direction moving forward as well. So let's see, Two of Earth. Okay, so presently making some choices. And I've seen those differences, that 2 also, and then you've got the Warrior card here, which is also a 2. So, and the High Priestess, which is another 2. So 2, 2, 2. But you are like, you've been guided, protected. You are, yeah, you're making some forward movement. The Chariot. And through that, with that 2 of Pentacles too, you know, With the Two of Pentacles, he's constantly, it's a juggling act. He's trying to figure things out. He's not sure how, which choice or which option is going to be the best option. For some of you, I feel like there's been moments of backstepping as to what you need to do, how to do it, recognizing that in order to move forward, that these particular situations of what your stability is going to bring to you and to the table is going to be very different. So yeah, let's see. How about some, excuse me, my allergies this morning. This cold weather all of a sudden is working on me. All right, let's do this. All right, Spirit, just 2 cards, please. Future energy. Future energy. I feel like whatever this 2 was in the back, like, or in the past, it changed the way you started to view things, or the way you had viewed things before, because you're understanding that it took a lot of strength to get to where you are right now. And the Spirit is saying home again. Home. So if you've had issues, and some of it, they're talking about plumbing, so I don't know what's happening at home, some plumbing, some contracts, you may have had issues with a contractor in the past, things like that. So let's see. Page of Water. Getting a little specific, so obviously some of this is not going to be for all of you, but interestingly enough. So we've got the Page of Cups and the 9 of Swords. I don't feel like this so much pertains to love, but I will say this. I don't feel like you're trusting moving forward of whatever these options or decisions are that you're trying to make that are going to move you forward. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Snuck up on me. Yesterday morning I said, I think I'm going to sneeze, and I never did, and then it came this morning, so it's delayed. You may be dealing with some delays there. So the Page of Water, or Page of Cups, you are starting into something new. To me, this is not necessarily love related, but I do feel like there's situations around you that you're feeling a bit alone. So if this was a divorce, this message is of a divorce from the past, things, when they picked up to change, the messages of whatever was transpiring, contracts ending, it happened all of a sudden. I'm going to call it with great force on your end. And when I talked about that manipulation, I'm not saying that in a bad way, as much as it was like you were just very tired of this going on. And it was like, what do I need to do to just get this over with? Because I'm done entertaining whatever this is. I'm done dealing with this situation. And you knew you had a clear game plan as to how you were going to close this particular situation out, or what maybe somebody on the other side, if you're dealing with somebody, again, if it's a contract, there's more than one person involved most often, that you knew there was just enough that you had to give and make deals with in order to move out of this energy and to move out of this space. So you're willing to fight for what it was that you needed to do to get out of it. Now moving into this Two of Earth and this Chariot, Page of Cups, 9 of Air, or 9 of Swords, and then Knight of Swords. You really had to dig into how you were going to use your intellect. Like, you had to really play this smart. Page of Cups, or Ace of Cups, and what the hell? I know that Mercury retrograde is over, but I'm telling you, it is still messing with me. King of Cups. So Scorpio energy there. Increases, please. All right, let's see. And Cancer. 8 of Pentacles. Spirit is saying new love, though, too. So understand that new love doesn't have to be... everybody romanticizes stuff, and I'm just kind of like, we are individuals too. But to me, I don't feel this energy of somebody coming in and like sweeping you off of your feet. But you can have this Spirit saying triangulation of loving offers coming into you. Some can just be sympathetic and empathetic to you, that they're understanding what it is that you've been through. You may be a little guarded, and but you're also seeing yourself. It's kind of like you're trying to step up and rise up from where you've been in the past. So I don't know. This is interesting to me. All right, Page of Fire. Let's clarify the Page of Fire. Yeah, there's that Nine of Swords a second time. I don't feel like you were trusting of whatever the situation was. It did. It left you feeling stuck. You got the Chariot again at the bottom, the World card. Yeah, there was 10 of Wands. Like, it was time to close this out. And you just knew somehow, some way that something was going to have to drastically shift. And the only way, it was kind of like making a deal with the devil. Going, if I have to step into a place that I'm going to give you just enough that you feel like I gave you something, like you're hanging on to control to get them to let go, basically, so that you could move on. So, you know, if we're just going to say an example was like, say, you know, a bill goes to a credit card company, or a credit card company sends you, you know, a bill going, oh, well, you know, you're 5 days late, and, you know, they're being a little overzealous in that sense. And, you know, they're offering you like a payoff, like, well, we can settle this debt for 300 out of the 500. And you're like, no, but I can give you 250. Like, it's this need of compromise of what this is, trying to just be like, I just want this to be done. Like, this going back and forth isn't serving my higher purpose. I'm tired of it. Tired. Like, I just keep hearing tired, Virgo. Like, you're tired of being in this stagnant energy with these situations and going, I don't want to do this anymore. So, you know, if you're dealing with a person in regards to a sale of a house, or I got hiccups, I'm so sorry. So if you're dealing with all of those kind of things, you just wanted it to be over. And it's, what is compromise going to get you? How can you compromise? But I do feel like you were fully aware of how you needed to do it, but you were kind of standing your ground in the sense that you just didn't want to do it. And it took some tireless effort for a while to where you wore yourself out with the situation, overthinking it, to just be like, okay, like, this is just what I have to do. I can't keep doing this anymore. So then just go ahead and kind of giving in, learning to compromise a situation, or compromise with a situation or person, so that you could bring this particular cycle to an end. But I also feel like you feel a little bit defeated by that. The High Priestess and the Mother of Swords, like, yeah, it kind of repeats to me. That's repeating energy of, like, you knew something had to change, trusting it. And it's like, you sitting back looking at it, Virgo, extremely intuitive in the idea that you were using where you felt like you needed to go, along with just trusting your gut that you knew the situation wasn't going to change or go anywhere without you making a move first. Like, you kind of feels like you were backed into a corner, that you were going to have to give in to something somehow. Somebody was going to have to give in. So, you know, it's like collecting your thoughts, getting a game plan. How do I make this happen so that I'm not cutting off myself, but let them think they've got the one up on me somehow? So, all right, let's, geez, it's too much. I got that card of communication again. All right, Two of Earth, Two of Earth, Two of Earth. Two of Pentacles for Virgo, please, Spirit. The Father of Cups. Guys, that's like the third or fourth time I've seen that come in. Some of you may be dealing with somebody around work. Like I said, you do have some loving, supportive energies. You may have discussed, yeah, there's the Tower, healing, Nine of Cups. You may have discussed some of this situation with somebody directly, potentially at work around you. And they're coming in, and they may be trying to offer you some sound, solid, nurturing advice. That's card of Scorpio also in there. And it's like, I feel like you're looking up to this person, whoever this is. They're reminding you that you need to not be so serious right now. So whatever the serious tone to you is like, you know, if this situation in the past is completely done, or you're trying to close it out right now, you know, how it's almost like they're asking you how you can do things differently. Whoever this is, whoever's coming in to offer you some kind of understanding and assistance, is what can you do differently when you move forward? you know, with that Chariot energy, because you've got control of your own life. I just feel like you're not sure what to do next, because it's like you feel a sense of defeat attached to that decision-making process. And I kind of feel like I'm repeating myself, but that is just what is coming through. Whatever that was, it's just like, I didn't want to do it on those terms, but I did. Don't get down on yourself for that, because sometimes when we just feel like it just continues to linger, it does tend to tie up our energy. And when we're energetically tied up, that can leave us feeling like nothing else is moving. But I will also say, trust your intuition, which I feel like you did, but I think that this intuition was more of a logical knowing that you were going to have to basically play ball with whoever this was or whatever this was. And it may have left you kind of feeling a little bit down and out. And like, you know, say you had to go back to that credit card thing, right? Like if you had to do this payoff and they wanted $300, you offered that $200, you come to $250, you spent that extra $50 that you didn't have. And it's like, well, now I can't do this because I'm lacking, you know, what I needed for something else. You're going to have to pick and choose to a point. Everything is not always black and white. And I keep seeing those colors for this reading. And again, signifying you've got that 222, you've got that black and white, which to me is very much about choice, you know, the contrast of the situations. It's very indicative to me that it's almost like some partnerships have come to an end. There's choices that have to be made. But it's not, this didn't happen to you. It's happening for you in that choices, in regards to the choices. So don't take it as you've been defeated, because I feel like you've been defeated somehow. Like by releasing this, you now get to choose your direction. Yeah, Ace of Wands, a new beginning, right? You're taking action towards a new beginning, and that Chariot there. Ideas are coming in as well. Like it's like those aha moments of you had to get some kind of clarity around the situation. You've got that Mother of Swords right up beside it. You are being divinely guided to move into a different path than where you were. For some of you, Spirit is saying you feel bad for manipulating the situation. For others of you, you have no shits to give. And that's what I was kind of said, that energy from the past just kind of seems to just stop. So I feel like that for you, for some of you, is that whatever this was in relation to, work, home, you know, if it was love, I don't really feel like this is so much love related again. But if that was the case, that it was just like, I'm just going to forget this even happened because I don't want to deal with it. So I don't want to deal with the idea that this is what I had to do, or this was the direction that I had to take. I'm just cutting it off altogether. And now I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere. But I do feel like you're getting some inspired ideas through this person who is coming in and nurturing the situation, or trying to nurture you through your situation. So some sound advice there. 8 of Pentacles with the World, and with the Page of Cups. So yeah, you understand moving forward. Spirit is saying you've worked hard to get to where you are. And you had, again, this was also about closing out, you know, completing, making that ending happen. That World card, the 10 of Wands, and then we've got the Justice card on the bottom. And there, again, I talked about that black and white, that yin and yang. There it is again, right? That's twice now, 3 times. 1, 2. Yeah, that's like 3 or 4 times I've seen that for you with that color contrast, which is important because it was cutting, it was completing, it was completing a divide that was happening. So energetically, you may have been entangled with, again, whether it was contracts, relationships, whatever, that it had to just be done. And with that, you know, you're moving forward though. Like I feel like if you're feeling as if you were lacking moving forward, there's a need to understand as well that you have nurtured, like even if you had 10 cups and you had to give 2 of those cups away, you have 8. Yes, it took you back a couple of steps, You're not at your wish fulfillment, your perfect stability, your perfect happiness, but you're also not lacking. And I think that's what's important to remember, is like to appreciate what it is that you have worked for and that you were able to recoup or keep the majority of what it was that you thought you were going to have to give away. Because you didn't have to give that much. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like if you think about like someone rates you on a business or anything, and if they're 1 out of 10, 10 being the best, how was it? Oh, it was an 8. Well, no, you didn't get 10 stars. It's fine. But in the same breath, you got 8. That's a hell of a lot more than 1 or 2, and you're up on that higher end spectrum of completeness. You're up on that higher end of perfection. You're getting there. So if you feel like you're lacking, so what? You got to put in a little more work. You can strategize and figure out how you're going to do that, but that's really sending you into this headspace. And I feel like with that, you're trying to hang on to control of how things move forward in the future. I won't say that you're not listening to the advice that you're getting, but you're being stubborn about how much of that you're taking in at this time. You may not be thinking it through, because all of a sudden it's like, we're going to get up and go. For some of you, this could be a job change. Because I feel like it's, how do I, somebody may be coming back in and giving you offers, but it's time to move on. And I talked about the Fool, that risk card. We've got the completion of the world and the Fool right there, right? It's time to start anew. This is a refreshing new beginning. And I think, like to complete that World card and then to see the Fool right there, it tells me that you're making, you're ready. Like that risk, you're ready to do this, but I think there's just fear of how you're going to do this that is attached to this situation. Don't get caught up in the hows. It's the one thing that I teach to people is it's to let go of the who, where, what, when, and how. We don't need to know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, why it's going to happen. If we are putting our faith in all of these wonderful things, holding up in high regard, staying in a good energy, it will align for you. So don't be in the space and need to control the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Don't feel like you're lacking, because you're not lacking. You're truly not lacking. You have everything that you need at this point to start off on this new journey, to see these new beginnings through. And I feel like I want to go thank God that a lot of these are minors, because this energy is not going to stick around for long. Because you will find solutions to what is happening around you. 9 of Swords is clarified by the 6 of Cups. Yeah, and then you got the Hangman at the bottom. Stop. There's more. You've had more growth than I think you're giving yourself credit for, and I think you're being really critical of yourself at this time. And there really is no need for that right now, Virgo. You just have got to go, I'm not in the state of lack. The new beginnings are ones that have cleaned the slate. There are ones that I'm ready to take this risk. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to just let my inhibitions go. I'm ready to feel life again. And you've got that desire, that inspired action to be there, but it's like you've blocked out the idea of maybe forgiving the past or accepting the past. But in the same breath, you're also, as much as you're trying to let that go, that's very much how it comes across, that this past situation or whatever you're tying up at this time, you don't want to have feeling or emotion towards that. But yet you're like disgruntled in the fact that you feel like you lost out on something. And in return, I feel like that's sending you to this point of indecision right now, because you keep thinking about what you don't have rather than what it is that you do have. And if you're going to sit in that space, and I feel like I'm going to give you an ass whooping right now, if you feel like you're going to sit in that space and that's what you want to do is kind of pout about it, you're not helping the future. You're leaving yourself stuck. You need to get a new perspective. Listen, you are being given, I just said, you have all the tools you need, right? You have everything that you need to move forward. And there's the magician. He's got everything. He's got a little bit. It's like having that spice rack. You got a little bit of everything you need to make Christmas dinner or whatever the hell it is. But you're sitting in this sadness of the past, right? You got the devil energy, obsessing over the past, obsessing over how you felt stuck in that situation. It's time to let that situation go, not just without the emotion to it, but also the need to let it go in the headspace as well, and not seeing it as you took a hit, not seeing it as you took a loss. You still have 8 pentacles out of 10. You still have 8 out of 10. You didn't lose. And if this was a divorce, it's like, maybe you got the house, but he got your favorite truck, or she got the alimony and all I got left with was, my tool shed. I don't know, whatever the hell it was. Not the best of examples, but still. But it's like, you didn't, for some of you, maybe this was a matter of a job loss and severance. Maybe you were making $100,000. They only offered you $70,000 first year severance. Who the hell knows, right? But it just keeps feeling like you felt like you were not given enough, or you had to sacrifice something in order to get this situation because you were growing impatient with it. So, you can not have emotion for it, but this hostility towards it is what's building up. And it's blocking you from moving forward. Like, because I don't feel like this is gonna stay, this feeling is gonna stick around for long, maybe 2 weeks or so. That 2's coming up again. So I feel like by the end of October, whatever this has happened to have been, you're gonna resolve it somehow. I kind of feel like you're going through these cycles, and maybe have been going through these cycles for a while, of I hate to say combativeness, because you're not being like physically like, but you are trying to keep control, excuse me, of the situations that are going on until you wear yourself out, and then you're starting over. So you really need to stop wearing yourself out right now. Approach things with a little more emotion that are going to be fulfilling to you, rather than making you feel like you're in this 5 of Pentacles energy that, someone got away with something that was yours and it's not fair. It's like that victim mentality, basically, right? Don't let yourself sit in a victim mentality. You're not a victim. You have everything that you need. You have absolutely everything that you need to move forward. So let yourself move forward in a better space. And I'm hearing you, Spirit is saying that you were loyal to whatever this was. I'm sure you were. Virgo, you guys don't, you put a lot of effort into what it is that you're doing. But there's also that can be very critical as well. So try not to be so critical of the situation, of the other person, the other, whatever's on the other side of this for you. Don't be critical of yourself either. Just know that you had to do what you had to do. And I can tell you guys this, I'm not going to go into massive detail, but I was at a point, it's been a while ago now, we'll say. And, I had to start life completely over. When you say ground zero, like the ground zero, no income, no home, no business, no nothing at all. And literally everything that I had was gone because of somebody else's actions at the end of the day. But I could either sat there and been excessively angry with the situation and gone, why me? Why is this happening to me? And I had my moments of sorrow. We all do. We all have to kind of process what we're dealing with. But rather, by this clearing itself out, by having this massive tower moment, which I don't feel like you had a massive tower moment though. I've cleared this out. This is clearing itself out. what good is going to come from this? You know, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And I really feel that's something you need to remember. Why is this happening for me? And understanding the silver lining in the clouds of what good is going to come, because these situations have changed. But you've got to let go of control. The second that I let go of control, all of these things that I had envisioned for so long just started happening. Like literally, I started a new business, and that first week, things that I had hoped that one day I would have from previously, all of a sudden they literally walked themselves in the door. And it was just like the universe is like, you've surrendered. Voila, here's your fortune, here's your gold, here's the things that you've asked for, the things that you've worked towards. But you have got to just go, okay, like I don't know where I'm going, it's all right, but I have what I need. And sometimes what you need is just to be loyal to yourself and manifesting something new. It's just about you, right? It's very much just about you at this time, and just trusting in you and your ability that if all you've got left is 8 Pentacles, that you can easily recoup those 2 that you feel like you're lacking. So do not sit in this self-defeating critical side of I don't have enough or this was taken from me. Don't victimize yourself if that's what you're doing. Do not victimize yourself. And you may be dealing with somebody who they are victimizing themselves, and you're just like, what the hell? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? This is insane. So let's see. I'm gonna pull these out. I'm gonna do the healing mantra cards for you guys. All right, Virgo, let's see what's shaking here. All right. Discovering happiness. See, there it is. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't let, I hate to call them trivial things, because for each of you, this may be on a grander scale and it may just be in a daily aspect. But allow yourself to feel good about what you do have rather than what you don't, right? Like let that flow. Whoops, too many. Hold on, Spirit. For Virgo, please. For Virgo. All right, guys. Demystifying the darkness. My shadows show me where my love needs to be sent. And to me, this love is about you. You need to nurture you and nurture, you know, those 8 Pentacles so that you do end up with those 10 Pentacles, right? And what you're giving out, you're going to receive. I kind of talked about this, I think, yesterday in the daily reading. If you're going to sit in low energy and feeling lack, you're going to get more lack. If you feel robbed, you're going to get, robbed again, if that's how you're feeling about it. So pay attention and deconstructing doubt. Only my beliefs in my way. Again, there it is. And releasing the expectations of how you thought the situation was going to play out. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. So deconstructing doubt too states, oh yeah, only my beliefs are in my way. Apparently we needed to repeat that message. Don't see it as glass half empty. See this as glass half full, because you're walking away with probably more. The universe is saying more than you should have. So maybe you didn't get everything you wanted, but you got more than enough to keep you moving forward. So you do need to hang on to getting a new perspective around the situation. Up-level your energy, meditate, pull yourself together, be thankful for what it is you do have. Living in a space of gratitude is going to help shift that perspective for you. And I think it's very important just to be thankful that you're better off with 8 Pentacles rather than 4 out of 10. You're better off with 8 Pentacles rather than those 2 Pentacles. Like, that's really, really the divine message here to you guys at this time. So Virgo, if you found this resonated for you, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the bell. What else? And again, I am available for personal readings on a limited basis. The about section and the description box below. I'm going to give you that information on how to get in touch with me. So guys, I'm wishing you a fantastic October. I don't think that these energies are going to stick around real long, but if you're moping, stop moping. It's not doing you any good right now. So, all right, guys, I am sending you lots of love and happy, better vibrating thoughts. And I will see you guys soon. Sending all my love. Take care.